integrity. Integrity is one of those things that a lot of times we talk about. It's a word that we throw around out there, and yet what does it really mean? And I think it's something that certainly I myself and most of those that I know want to believe that they're always walking in integrity and behaving in integrity. And so I threw a Facebook question out there. I didn't throw it out. I placed it nicely and gently in a beautiful blue-green, which kind of created a sense of integrity and serenity on Facebook. And I asked the question, what is integrity to you? And it wasn't because I didn't have a sense of what it was to me. I've actually, I don't know if this is difficult to admit or a good thing to admit, actually took a course one time that was weeks and weeks long that was on the topic of integrity. The entire course was focused on one word, integrity. And it certainly expanded my thinking around what integrity is and how inclusive it really ought to be in every fabric of every decision and how we function and live in life. And so putting it out there, the common approach was, probably the most common, was doing the right thing even if no one's watching, even if nobody knows, even what's done in private. Is it what you ought to be doing? Is it the best thing you can do? And then there was lots of comments around integrity in relationships and that kind of thing, and integrity to your core values and your core truths. And agree with all of those. Absolutely. Moral integrity is actually one of the definitions in the dictionary, so I even use the dictionary in the whole journey. And the other is around integrity in terms of wholeness. So this was something I had really not considered before taking this course, and something that showed up a little bit in the questions or occasionally in the answers to the question, what is integrity to you? So I thought it might be helpful just to chat about that. And then this even becomes an opportunity to further chat around integrity. And so that's the whole concept of wholeness. And the best way I ever had it described to me was around a bicycle. If you ever notice that when the bicycle, if the two wheels are functioning well, you have, as a rider, integrity in the ride. It goes well. Both wheels, tires I guess is what you call them, has a lot of spokes. If you took away one spoke on one of the tires or one of the wheels, after a while you might not have a perfectly even ride when just one spoke was missing. And as you remove additional spokes on either or both wheels, all of a sudden you really don't even get a ride. The bicycle may not even in fact work. Long before it gets to that point though, you're having an uneven ride, you're having a bumpy ride, you're having a slower ride because the bicycle can't move as quickly when you're missing spokes, even if it's still kind of limping along. And you probably even get a flat at some point if there's enough spokes missing, because there's no integrity in the wheels and no integrity in the bicycle. And so it's very much like that I came to believe. It's around the wholeness piece. It's not that it was completely broken. There was still a tire, there were still spokes. There just wasn't the adequate number of spokes, giving the tire lack of integrity. So now in my life, it's more a question, A, the moral piece always has to stay in track, obviously, or on track. The other piece, though, is it workable? That's my real integrity test or question. If I'm doing something a certain way and it produces a result that really doesn't work, then the thing doesn't have integrity. And so maybe a new way to think about integrity, I'd love to hear more, either right now in chat or even in comments. How do you see that definition of integrity bringing a new perspective and a new way of being in your day-to-day life? Because I must say it's more uncommon to see it that way, although we did have a little bit of chat around that. So integrity from the concept of wholeness, completeness. Let me know and we'll have a great chat about it.